Oh, hey. You're probably wondering, why am I standing near this bike that is not totally ripped apart, but doesn't look like oh, hey, what's going on, guys? You're probably wondering, what in the hell happened to this bike? Whose bike is this, and why is it tore apart? Well, I'm gonna have to say this, guys. This is not the 900. Of course, if y'all know, I got a ZX9, which is she's sitting over there. But this is my wife's bike. This is a 2004 ZZR 1200. Doesn't look like it, but it is. You're wondering, why does it look like this? Well, to be honest, it looks like this because I tried to do something different. And you're wondering, what do you mean, what did I do different? Well, you know how, Chase and Do It with Dan and some other people have their, they have their bike reveals, and they do like wreck bike rebuilds, and they take a bike and they do this and that. Well, I kind of am doing the same thing to this bike, but this is my wife's bike. She used to have the Katana, stupid mosquitoes. She used to have the Suzuki Katana 750, but I sold that and got this. Now, when I got this bike, it had only like the back fairing and the tail fairing and the front fairing, and that's it. So I had to buy the side fairings, I had to buy another back fairing because one that was with it sucked. I had to buy a fender, I had to buy almost a complete set of fairings. The only issue is, it's really hard to find fairings for this bike because it's not that many of them, I guess. I don't know. So I decided to I had to kind of like get a piece here, get a piece there, and put it back together. Now you're wondering, where's the fairings? Well, my wife is starting a brand new YouTube channel. It is called i.RidePlusSize. She will be the first plus-size female full-time motovlogger. And, I just couldn't just leave her riding on a bike that was missing fairings and no paint and just look awful. I need to make sure that she shines, that she sparkles, something different. So, I bought the fairings and I shipped them off to Las Vegas, where a guy has painted the fairings. And they're supposed to be into tomorrow. So tomorrow I will make another video of when they first get in, and I'll show you her new paint job. But in the meantime, I'm kind of making a video to show you what I've done so far on this bike to make it different, and to just like make sure, that before I put good fairings on the bike, I want to make sure everything's mechanically right with it, and that any little extra thing I want to do to it, I've already done while it's apart. So, the first thing I'm going to tell you what I've done to this bike is take it apart and get it painted. That's the first thing I did. So it's been gone for like about a month and a half. It's been gone. So it's been taking some time. He had to order more paint, and it's just been lots of going on. And I'm going to tell you what, guys. If you ever like ride with a significant other, wife, girlfriend, hell, boyfriend, I don't care, you kind of somewhat feel guilty when you're out riding your bike and she can't ride, and her bike is sitting in the garage looking like this. So we went on vacation to see her family, and we got back, and I'm like, I really want to ride so bad. But I feel like me riding right now while her bike is apart, kind of, she doesn't say anything, but I know it kind of hurts her because she kind of says little things like, I wish I could ride, I wish I could go out and hang out and ride my motorcycle. So she's kind of putting like a guilt trip on me. So I haven't been riding because I want to get her bike put together. So, that's some of the sacrifices you have to make when you have a significant other that rides. You can't just be out having fun riding and she can't ride because her bike is apart. And number two, she used to ride on the back with me, but ever since she's had her own bike, hell no. She ain't gonna back about nobody's bike anymore. She has her own. So she's used to that. So she won't ride with me anymore, which is cool. So to sacrifice my enjoyment of riding my bike, I have to wait to get her bike fixed. So that's why I haven't been riding lately. But, you know, it is what it is. And if you love somebody and you know, and it hurts them because you're doing something they can't, you know, sometimes you're just going to make that sacrifice, you know, guys. So tomorrow, I'll get it. And Wednesday, or Thursday, I'll be putting together, I'll be filming the whole process. So I'll have mics, I'll have the whole setup. But right now, I'm just making a little small video about what I've done so far to this bike while it's apart. So, besides taking the fairings off, one thing I did was, of course, it's carbureted, so took the air box off, cleaned the carburetors. You know, make sure they're clean, nothing sticky, nothing like that. They were in great shape. I also changed the spark plugs. Brand new spark plugs all the way around, good to go. Changed the fuel filter, which is down here. It's weird. It's like, it has like a 90-degree angle, so I had to actually order that from Kawasaki. So, got that, put that in. Another thing I did was I put a new brake pad, a new rotor, back rotor, because the other back rotor was like ate up rust. It was nasty. So I had to change that and change the back brakes because the back brakes were gone. So those two things I did. Clean the chain and sprocket looked good. I could have changed them out, but I'm like, you know, it'll survive one more riding season. And she's not really like one of those like, you know, want to go 150 miles per hour. So I'm not really worried about the speed. So I just left the chain sprocket, but I did clean the hell out the chain, clean the hell out the sprocket. Another thing I did was I cleaned out the air filter, washed it out, cleaned it out, lubricated it and everything, put it back in. I also flushed out the radiator, took all the radiator fluid, flushed it, put more radiator fluid in it, radiator stuff in it, and, you know, did all that, flushed the whole radiator system out. Also changed the oil. You gotta change the oil. That's bike mechanic 101. So that was done. Did that. Also changed the brake fluid. Since I got the bike, you know, I don't know what has been done to it, so I changed the brake fluid and changed the front and back brakes. So does all perfect. Got that taken care of. What else did I do? I also made sure that the steering bolt was fine. Everything was fine with the steering. Make sure the shocks were good and the seals weren't leaking. I made sure that the clutch was good and everything like that. Stator is good. Checked all those things out. So mechanically, this bike should be in perfect running condition. It was, like I said, before I did all this, it was running. And being that I'm doing it myself, kind of scares me a little bit. But, you know, I do have a friend of mine who's going to help me tomorrow come here and, you know, put this together and make sure that I didn't miss a step or miss anything. So he'll be here to help. Sorry I'm moving all around because there's mosquitoes and I didn't get my yard treated yet, so they're like everywhere. So I'm just moving so they can't like stick on me and like suck all my blood out while I make this video. So just keeping it real with you. Okay, so here's the thing I've done. Now, I've done all this. I'm waiting for her friend to come in. Y'all gonna love this paint job. So, you know, I don't really have enough money to chrome the rims yet. So right now, I'm just gonna leave them as black. I did put some like rim tape around the back. I will put some in the front because I'm gonna change the tires out because I don't know about these tires. So I'm just gonna redo the tires because I got them sitting over there. But the thing I'm sitting here thinking about is, I know the paint is going to look good, and I'm trying to figure out what other things I can do to this bike that can make it even stand out even more. Because I want, when she comes out and starts riding, I want all eyes on her. I want her to have all the attention from other riders to even cars. I want people to stop and say, "Damn, that's a good looking bike." So I gotta figure other things out that I want to do to change, to make it just, switch it up that no one is doing or they've done, but just gotta make it better. So, one of the things I decided to do was the turn signals. Come with me. Okay, guys, here is the old front headlight. Now, I was going to maybe try to, clean these off and make them all nice and pretty and stuff like that, but I was like, you know what? Let me just start all over. So I did order a whole brand new set of lights, a whole new everything. So I don't have to worry about cleaning them off and stuff like that. They have bulbs in it and everything like that. So I'm going to use this when I put it back together. So, but just for the sake of showing you something else, I'm going to use the old ones. Okay, so I'm going to, of course, leave the lights, the regular bright whites they have, but in the turn signals, I'm going to leave the same. Well, actually, turn signals down here, but up here, they have these special little big lights. I think running lights? Yeah, they're running lights. And I was like, well, I could do clear, but, I said, let's do something different. So, now, this is what I have. I have the blue, if y'all can see, and I have the pink. Hold on. As you can see here, I have the blue, I have the pink. Now, the paint job that comes that's going to be here is kind of a platinum silver with some metal flakes. And I like the blue, but I'm afraid maybe that would create, attract more cops. I don't know, but or we could do the pink, which I like pink. I like either one. So in the comments below, which one do you think I should leave? Should I do the pink or should I do the blue? The blue is not flashing and it's not like doing anything. It might be legal. I don't know, but just let me know, what do you think? The blue or the pink should I, rock with? Because if I do one or the other, I'm going to have to do the whole bike that way with the turn signals and everything like that. So keep in mind that it has to go both ways. So but I'm thinking it's going to be pink, to be honest with you. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, here is where I'm going to come up. Now, here's the normal, the light that goes to the tail for the stoplight and stuff like that, right here. But this is my turn signal light. Now, I bought these already just to kind of see an idea of what it would look like, and I love this. But when I turn the turn signal, yeah. So if I go with the blue up here, up here, I'd have to go to blue here, and with it turning like this does look like it's a police officer, and it'll be the same if I do the front, the front turn signal. So I'm thinking I might have to go with the pink, just to be something different. But what do you guys think? You think I can get away with using this in riding, or can she get away with this in riding? Let me know in the comments. Now, another thing I'm about to do is, my wife, when she had her Katana, she loved the LEDs. She loved that it lit up at night and things like that. So, knowing that, I got to do LEDs on this guy. So, once I get the bike put together or the things back, I'm going to put a whole LED kit on her bike. So, I'll have all these LED lights. It's got the lights. It's got the wheel pucks, it's got the remote, control, things like that. So I'm going to, I think it's got like 12 of them in here. So this whole bike is going to be LED'd up. So, it's for visual, looking good, also being safe. Another thing I'm going to do, which I haven't seen nobody do yet. So once somebody sees what I'm about to do to this bike, I guarantee somebody's going to do the same thing. Watch. Okay, so on here, let me show you. There's this kind of like an angel kind of things. If y'all know, like when people like open their car doors and they got the thing that shines down, and it shows like the emblem of a BMW or a Chevy or Ford and things like that. This is kind of the same concept, but it's a little bit different. What this is this two little lights like this. There's two little lights. Here's one of them. And I don't know if you can see, but it's like a little lens here, and you put it on the bike somewhere, and what it does, it makes like an arrow effect of white lights, like a wings. Like, pretend it's like the Honda wings that you see on the Honda CBRs and the Honda 1000, the wings. Imagine two of those on the side of the bike going out. That's what this is. So it looks like she has like these wings, angel wings, when she's riding, and it'll come out pretty good, pretty long. So it will give her even more visual. So this is what this is, and hopefully it turns out pretty good. So I'm going to wire those up too when I get the bike put back together. So there's a lot still left to do with this bike, and there's other little nuanced things, like I got a custom tail for the license plate. I got something custom for it to put it on the back. And the bad thing about it is that this bike is so low to the ground, I can't even put a motorcycle jack to lift it up. So I got to just get on the ground and do everything because she's so short. But you know, the thing is no, I can't. I didn't chrome out the frame, and I didn't get chrome rims and all like that. I wish I could, but I spent so much money on painting this bike where it really, honestly, guys, you don't see too much of the frame in the first place. You might see a little bit of it, but it's not that really big of a deal. But when I put that fairing on, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer. I just can't wait. And like I said, she's going to be starting her. She has a YouTube channel, and when she gets her bike back, she'll be riding again, and she'll start like it's almost starting all over. And this bike will decimate anybody out there who thinks they got a paint job, especially a female. This bike would decimate. I'm telling you that. Now, of course, I don't have all the chrome and all that on there, but the paint job, promise you, you will never see a bike like this. So, guys, with that, that's pretty much the update of what's going on. Remember, to look up her name, i.RidePlusSize, on YouTube. She'll be, like I said, the first female plus-size motovlogger out there. Show her some love. Show some support. I appreciate you guys watching my video. And stay tuned. I'm thinking Saturday I will have the reveal of what it's going to look like afterwards. Oh yeah, by the way, I also did something too. I know I didn't do a perfect job on them, and they're not like too bad, but I shined up her exhaust pipes on her Dale Walker's whole shot performance pipes. So they were in pretty dull shape, but after a few coats and a lot of waxing and a lot of rubbing, I'm like, I'm pretty shiny. I'm not saying like the best, and I might do one more coat, but I think they came out quite well. What y'all guys think? But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up putting little nuances on this bike and clean it up, and that's pretty much it, guys. So appreciate y'all watching the video. Stay tuned for this bike review. It's gonna be, man, totally epic, guys. So stay tuned.